Aquarius. My name is Tanya, and I'll be doing a tarot reading for you for the month ahead. I will be pulling an oracle card at the end of this, and after I pull out my intuitive interpretation of that, I am going to read the entry in this book about that card, the full thing. So let us start out with your tarot, though. I'll be pulling 5 cards, doing those, and then I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck. And yeah, these are not easy to shuffle, but they're beautiful, I think. And they have been shuffled already. This is just a bonus, just for Aquarius energy to infuse into the deck. So what do we have for Aquarius for January? We have the 2 of Pentacles, the 9 of Chalices. We're just going to throw all the rest of the cards over there. The Fool. Well, that makes sense for doing that, huh? The Emperor and the King of Chalices. Okay, so I'm just going to take an overall look at these and see what pops out at me, and then I'll go into each card here. It's like you're resetting here this month. Stepping into some balance and really tapping into more of your intuition or emotions. But a bit of a free fall. And that may be my dog you hear in the background, so sorry about that. But there's a big level of trust here. So for some of you, this is like there's a change in circumstances. Probably recently, maybe even going on here in December, that's precipitating these events or this transformation for you here in January. This evolution. I want to say evolution of your soul. I don't know if that resonates with anyone, but that's what wants to push through. And a little bit about embracing the possibility. Okay, so let's look at each individual card. Starting here with the 2 of Pentacles. So this is about finding balance. It can also be about choices. So there are some choices in here that you need to make to help you find that balance. They may not be easy choices. You may have to give something up, or you may have to step up in another area. Whichever way that swings for you in order to bring you back into a balanced point, you have to make that choice and you have to step into that. So there's something you need to evaluate and make a decision on to help bring balance back for you. It could mean, for some of you, it feels like you may be working multiple jobs. It could be giving up one of those jobs so you have time to be home and decompress and be human and support your emotional and health needs. To give your body a break so that you can continue doing well in the other jobs or responsibilities that you have. I have a little bit too of, and now why is the nursery rhyme escaping me? Come on, some of you know what I'm thinking. The egg on the wall, Humpty Dumpty. It's the feeling of that Humpty Dumpty energy here a little bit too. If you're overworked and you don't have that balance, you're going to fall off the wall and you're going to crack. Find your balance. You don't want to fall off the wall. You don't want to crash. So I think the warning here is some of you are overdoing things and you need to stop and take a break and let something go so that you don't fall down. Wow. Sometimes I'm amazed at how my guides get the information through. Yeah, I mean, you have support, but it is stretched thin. And you're stretching everybody else thin too with what you have going on. So yeah, you need to give something up, is what it feels like more than anything, to return that balance, to help shore up that support too. Moving into the 9 of chalices. Chalices are cups, which are about our emotions and intuition. The 9 is nearing the end of a journey. And the 9 of cups in particular is about celebrating your victories, about the good memories, the joy, the things that worked. Celebrating those, recognizing those, bringing them up, being proud of those moments, tapping into that energy, into those emotions. You want to bring in more of that. So spend some time in that type of energy. Acknowledge your successes. Acknowledge your willingness to make change for the better. That's a good thing. It's something to celebrate. It's something to be proud of. Having to make that difficult decision and following through on it for the betterment of all, it's a good thing. So take time to sit in that energy, to enjoy that change, that shift within yourself. Take time to just sit and watch the sunset. It's beautiful. Or it could be sunrise, I suppose. But take that time. That helps with the balance. And then we have the Fool. The Fool is the first card in the major arcana. This is about going for it. Just stepping forward and not questioning your intuition or the choices or any logic. It's just going for it and trusting that it's all going to work out, that what you need will appear when you need it, that the support you need will be there when you need it, when you're ready for it. So there's a bit of trusting the universe, trusting the process. Setting yourself free of some burden, which is probably overworking. I don't know why, but that feels a lot like what it is. Or it's just overdoing it. It's reclaiming that energy, a little bit of that innocence, that freshness, and bringing that back into your life and opening yourself up to new possibilities. And then we have the Emperor, another major arcana card. And the Emperor is typically about boundaries. So you may be tempted, or if you know yourself well enough, you may be tempted to, if another job opportunity or another something else comes up that you could have the potential for, an offer comes up, and it's a good offer, but you should probably not take it. Or you need to exchange one thing for the other and not bring something else in. So your boundaries are going to be around yourself and making sure that you do not take time away from that balance, that you don't become unbalanced again. So whenever one opportunity presents itself, you need to look and see what are you going to give up to allow that in. So the boundary is not taking on more than you can handle, more than you should handle. Because you could handle a lot. You are certainly capable of doing that. The problem is it wears you down. It brings you down. It takes you back, puts you on the edge of that wall, which is getting really thin again and wearing down, and puts you back in danger of crashing. So you need boundaries that you honor. And maybe you need to help with this. So maybe there's a partner or a friend or someone else you can tap into to talk about the opportunities and what your ultimate goals for this year are, which are finding that balance. And they can help you decide if you want to take that, and if you do, then what are you going to give up? So choices here. So that you can stay in control and you can keep moving forward. But in a very balanced and healthy way. And then we have the King of Chalices, the King of Cups, the king of his emotions and intuition. This is someone who's very confident in themselves. This may be the person that you reach out to for advice on this thing, because they're going to encourage you to look at how you feel. So you may be excited about the opportunity that gets presented to you. You may be willing to take it, but then you need to feel into which thing are you going to give up? Which thing least excites you? Which thing is just draining your energy and it's just time to let that go? But you need to tap into your emotional side to help with that. And this person can help you do that. So this could be a parent, a good friend, a close coworker, maybe even a counselor, but somebody that you can reach out to for advice and help you come to a decision, help you narrow down your choices. You are ultimately, though, the person that needs to make the choice. And you may find, once you're looking at everything, maybe more from a more emotional point of view, that, oh, well, if I look at it from that point of view, it's not that great of an opportunity because I don't really want to give up any of these other things because I love all this other stuff that I do. So it might be that you pass up that new opportunity, and that's okay. There's more opportunities in the future when you're ready to move on from one of the things you're doing now. So there's no rush and there's no pressure here. The only thing you need to do is make sure you have that balance. Let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, you might not take that new opportunity, or you might. This is what it is. There's a new decision. There's something fresh and exciting that's in here. Once you can find that balance, you're able to see things a lot more clearly, and you may be inspired to do something else. You may be inspired to take on something else, and you may have a much better idea and grasp on what it is that you don't want to do anymore. So this is new knowledge, it's the ability to see some things much more clearly and logically. Because now I think part of this too is releasing some emotional attachment maybe to some of the tasks, some of the jobs that you're doing now. If you can detach or recognize how they are not fulfilling you and you don't really like them, you're doing them out of habit, or you're doing them because you like the people, but it's not fulfilling you, it's not making your life better really in any way. That can help you make the cut or the decisions that you need to make. All right, let's see what we have for your oracle card. And yes, I'm going to read the whole section for you on this card after I do my intuitive interpretation. So let's see what we have. Believe. I like how that works with the whole thing. Believe you can. Believe that everything will always work out. Embrace that fool energy. Tap into those emotions. What feels right for you, and believe it. Believe in your own intuition. Believe in your own ability to discriminate and evaluate everything that you're doing, and believe that the cuts or the choices you make are the right ones for you. For you. Okay, let's see if I can find this card. Oh, it turned right to that page. These are not easy to find in here. Lucky you. Okay, the Witch's Gift. Believe. Now this is told from the perspective of the magical hair that lives in the wand wood. So let us see what he has to say about this card. Ever since being a young hare, I've always appreciated Wandwood is more than just a magical sum of its trees and creatures. Indeed, its many secrets and mysteries are sometimes best explained when it's thought of as just one single living being. And just as all creatures have a unifying life force pulsing through them, so Wandwood has its own meandering brook, springing from a cluster of rocks at its eastern tip, and running through the trees to what we creatures know as the hovel, at the far western edge. The longer the brook runs, the wider it gets, slowing until it finally pools around a crumblish cottage, surrounded by fir, ant trees, and rocks. To reach it, you'll need to borrow the little boat and row across. Inside, you'll find just a simple chair and a fire, always lit. No one knows who keeps the flames alive, but legend tells of a solitary witch called Eldura, who brings fresh wood from the forest when no one can see her. As I have never laid my hare's eyes on such a thing, I neither confirm nor deny the rumor. But whenever I moor up, I'm always cheered by the crumblish, welcoming glow inside. It's a place of stillness, available to any creature. And although many others come here, it is always empty, as if sensing I am on my way. For years, I merely came here to appreciate this Aztaculus tranquility. Without realizing the magical importance, all four magical elements, fire, water, air, and the earth that surrounds it. And when I sit gently by the crackling fire, I am the fifth, life, joined in harmony with the surrounding woodland, at one with its magic, part of the flowing pulse of Wandwood itself. One more thing. Perhaps I wasn't entirely honest when I implied I hadn't ever seen Eldura. Many years ago, as I left the hovel and made the short boat trip back onto land, an unexpected breeze suddenly rippled the moonlit water. Thinking nothing of it, I tied the boat to the mooring post and set off through the woods for home. But I'd barely got into the tree line when I heard an unmistakable sound of a boat being slowly rowed back to the hovel. Next, my long hare's ears caught a voice whispering on the swirling wind. This sanctuary, it told me, is called the Witch's Gift. It is for all creatures, everywhere. I tend this fire exactly as these waters tend the woods, so that all may find and know peace when they seek it. However tempted I was to turn around and see Eldura for real, I knew the spell would be broken. Proof of existence requires far more than sight alone. It is a feeling, an affirmative glow inside, a forever welcome on the stilled waters of our own beliefs. It is a witch's gift, and Eldura keeps it for us all. When we truly believe, we see with our hearts, not our eyes. Please hit that like button, and please hit subscribe and help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.